What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Karnowski. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, Gibby. Super Gibby, the superest of the Gibbies. And today we welcome Courtney Sawyer and Ian from the band Definitely Maybe. Friends, welcome to the show.
Woohoo! Thanks for having us.
Heck yeah. How are y'all doing? How's the weather treating you?
Good. It's been beautiful, actually. 50 and sunny. It's been gorgeous.
Yeah, got some windows up.
I was driving around with my window down in Duluth, Minnesota. That's in February. That's fucked up.
That's pretty well, but you know,
I'm
cool with it.
We're all trying not to think about it.
It's insane. Like literally, like I just want to touch on it. Like it is February. And this time last year in Duluth, we had snow like up to my chin. Like now Duluth gets crazy amounts of snow. Like last year we hit record snowfall. It was fucking nuts.
I know.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So jealous.
And you know, now I don't hardly have any snow on my ground. Like there's no snow in my yard.
Yeah.
I love it. Fuck snow. I hate snow.
I think it snowed like 4 times this winter here, but I actually like it when it can stay. I grew up in Michigan before moving to Illinois, and you know, it's just a few degrees colder where I grew up, but it was enough that like things wouldn't melt and refreeze, so the snow stayed snow. But now whenever we get anything like that here, it just turns into ice.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah.
I do
the
love
Windy City, as they say.
Duluth situation. Well, I mean, not this year, but
yeah, Duluth is like a mighty mixture of that. It's like an absurd amount of snow and then ice. So there will be times where you'll get like a snowfall. I think last year we had I think it was like a foot of fucking snow came down. And then it got warm and started melting. So then it got really fucking heavy and you couldn't put it anywhere because it was so heavy. And it was
that's when roofs cave in.
Yeah. And roofs, that was the thing. Last year we had like lots of places had roofs that caved in. It sucked.
Oh man.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it is.
Meanwhile, my low today was 63 and it was amazing.
Okay, Gibby, get out of here.
I mean, like it was like 56 here. It was crazy. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. But you know, this isn't a weather podcast. This is a music and food podcast, obviously. So, and food is because we choose. We will it. We will it to be. But music-wise, you recently released a music video for your single "Are We Having Fun Yet?" How's the reception been for that? And did you have fun?
Great question.
Did you?
Of course.
Did it look like we had fun? Yeah, we had a blast. It was wild. The reception's been interesting because obviously we released that song after having the previous song go viral. So it's a little hard to stack it up. But it's been really awesome. I think with that song, the music video was awesome. It turned out great. We had a blast. Recording it was a blast, but playing it live hits different. Now that we're playing it live in our set, it's one of my favorite parts of the whole night. It goes hard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we talked with the producer that made those songs, the last 2 songs the other night, and I got to tell him that that went from one of the most difficult songs for me to play live to being because we just love it so much that I've like played the shit out of it, and so now I can do it in my sleep.
That's awesome. Like there is nothing worse than having a song that like you are just not even good at playing live, and then you have to try and figure out, do I switch parts to make it better and easier, or do we just not play this live anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny because well, maybe we'll touch on this in a bit, but we wrote that song like right before going to work with the producer.
Okay.
Like the night before, we were up super late at night. And so like essentially the next day after writing it, we're like working in the studio with this guy, and his first thought is like, why don't we take all the guitar parts that you made for this song and combine them into one? And so like I had to like figure out the gymnastics of doing all of that stuff like in the studio on the spot, having just come up with the parts in the first place. So but yeah, it was definitely a little bit of like a, I don't know.
So you didn't have time to get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But now it's great.
Hell yeah. And that's the fun of working with the producer, you know. They got like different ears, a set of ears that can like make your song better than you thought it could be even.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, that is the story of that song. The producer, his name is Kevin McCombs, and he took that song so much further than we could have ever imagined. And I think it's because he has such different ears than us. For
Yeah.
example, his favorite band is Cannibal Corpse.
Oh,
They're
there you go.
Oh,
not
okay.
a definitely maybe vibe. So we could never bring that to a song, and he could. So he brought something that was just totally new.
Yeah, my favorite band and my favorite artist is John Mayer. So I think we've successfully met somewhere in the middle between those two.
Fuck yeah. Dude, John Mayer slaps, man. I love me some John Mayer.
Hell yeah.
And I could also fuck with some Cannibal Corpse. I'm down with all that too.
Oh,
Let's go.
That's something I really like about working with producers, because like they like challenge you to bring out the better versions of you out like during the whole process.
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
I
and
remember there's one producer my old band worked with, and he like our vocalist never did like any vocal training. He was like, no, before every session, you're gonna do this vocal practice every day.
wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was like
But-
on us for every little
but
thing
they-
he could do.
That's the thing though, is like they work with so many different artists. I mean, they are producing for a reason, you know. And you know, we talk to hundreds and bands all the time, but you know, and you don't have to go to a producer, but it is always great to get somebody else's eyes and ears on a project, because just because you think it's amazing doesn't mean that it can't be better. And I mean, you won't know that until you work with somebody. I mean, I've gone and worked with producers. I've had songs that literally didn't change at all, and I've had songs that literally completely changed. You know, like it's not even the same song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, but you won't know until you talk to somebody. You gotta show somebody.
Yeah. On principle, we've never self-produced. Fun fact. We always try to work
Smart.
with a collaborator, and it's one of my favorite parts of the whole process.
Yeah, I love collaboration.
We've all learned so much from that.
Yeah.
Like
Each
even
time.
just the stuff that we write becomes better and then gets to be elevated that much further by the next producer that we work with. So like it's like definitely been a continual kind of stair step process for us.
Oh yeah.
But with working with Kevin, I think was especially fun because he's sort of part of the old school way of doing things where we for the first time got to do a lot of like stuff live in the room, like
Mhm.
you know, real amps, everything happening live, and you know we're used to very much just like recording a direct signal on everything and getting to make it, you know, we can change the sound of it all the way up until we release it if we want to, doing it that way, which is awesome and convenient and amazing and you know absolutely innovative and stuff. So not to say one is better than the other, but just the mindset that you have to have when you're doing it the old school way. You have to sort of like Kevin had this vision for both of the songs that we did with him from the beginning, and he's trying to fill in those, like it's almost like paint by numbers, and he's filling that in this picture that we haven't gotten to see yet from the beginning, because he knows that like when we lay this down we are committing to it.
Yeah.
So it was really kind of a cool thing because he just like from the beginning was like, trust me, and we did. And we got the songs that we got.
Yeah, he's a wizard. First time tracking real drums too, which was a blast. We finally got to bring our drummer along, who is not here, ironically, but
It's here in spirit.
They're in
always.
spirit though.
Yeah, always.
So you said I'm wondering, is you guys have a new song coming out March 1st called I Don't Sleep at Night, which that album art is so good. That goes way, way hard.
Thank you. Shout out Evie, Kid Leo on Instagram.
What can you tell us about it? Like, is that the other song y'all recorded with him too?
No, in LA with Kevin, we did One More Night and Are We Having Fun Yet? So
Okay.
I Don't Sleep at Night is part of 3 songs that we did in Nashville in December with a guy called Dan Swank. And
Okay.
it's funny because all 3 songs that we did are so unbelievably different from each other and also different than anything we've done before, which I feel like people say a lot, but
Right.
one thing I'm confident in is they're all so different from each other, and they are so, so different from Are We Having Fun Yet and One More Night. And so I Don't Sleep at Night was kind of our second time dabbling in more of a darker space, darker tone, a little more towards the emo side versus pop punk, kind of getting into the Evanescence, the Flyleaf, the stuff that I grew up listening to. So it's got a darker tone, moody vibes. The bridge is actually directly pulled from a nightmare that Ian had in his childhood about the devil being under his bed, hence the album art.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's really just pulling from that like dark place, and you can really feel that with the music too. So it was a ton of fun. I have always wanted to make a song that sounds like that.
Hell yeah. So with all these songs, so are you just kind of going the singles route right now then? Or are these all going to be combined into like a EP, CD, or
Yeah,
not CD, but album? Or can you
CD.
tell us?
A lot of people have asked for CDs, oddly enough. I don't have
No,
it.
it's there's even if you don't have a CD player anymore, it's a way to like still support the band. You know, it's a grab you can get.
A grab you can get.
I like
That's
that.
the
The grab you can get.
I was gonna make a bad joke. Just kidding. I was gonna say that was Sawyer's nickname in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I said I wasn't gonna.
Hey.
We had planned to, until we couldn't anymore, just do singles because that's sort
Okay.
of how things worked, especially for independent artists. It just
Absolutely.
hasn't really been economical to release large quantities. So that was the plan. And then One More Night went viral, and we realized, well, shit, we only have like 7 songs out. And we're running out of stuff to post on TikTok, and people want more. So we had planned to do singles and have these releases stretch through the middle of the summer, but
Mhm.
we are going to speed things up a little bit. And so I Don't Sleep at Night will come out on March 1st. And then a month, 5 weeks after that, we'll drop an EP with the 2 unreleased songs from Nashville. Potentially another one, maybe a collab song. We'll see.
Okay.
And this is written in pencil, but we convinced Kevin somehow to do a full-length album with us in May. So we'll be writing a lot more songs and releasing them.
Exciting.
Yeah. So long story short, EP in May. Sorry, EP in April, single in March.
Okay.
And we're ramping things up because we know we got to get more music out there, and we want to. We really want to.
It's true. The thing is I agree that like the singles route for the most part is kind of like the way to go. But you know, it also depends, because I mean, it would have been fantastic when, you know, like once your song went viral, if you had like a good back catalog of stuff. But you know, but at the same time, attention spans are so short. You need now new, and releasing 1 to 2 singles, and then, you know, like, oh, here's a 10-song album. Well, it's almost like you wasted 8 songs, because it's like,
Yeah.
well, that is like months more promotion we could have used, and now we have to figure out how to stretch it out.
Exactly.
So it's good and bad all at the same time. There's no, realistically, in the end, in the grand scheme, there's no right way to do it.
Mm, yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
preach.
Each way could work, and also each way can hinder.
Yep. Agree. Absolutely agree. It's like I think generally singles were the route, and that was
Yeah,
arguably the right route for a majority of people. Not everyone,
agreed.
for not everyone. Now I sort of am sensing a shift, and there's rumblings of a shift that now all these cool TikTok artists that are popping off, you go to their page and they have 4 songs out, and it takes them 12 weeks in between each single, and they never drop new music, and people are getting frustrated. And so
Yep.
I think things are shifting, and I wonder, and hopefully we've had a lot of weird and good luck with timing, knock on wood. And so by the time we finish our album, maybe that shift will be happening in a way that gives it some momentum that it's gonna need. So it's weird. It's a weird game to play.
It is. It's so weird. And you've kind of brought it up a couple times now, but you've had a couple videos go viral, but one obvious super viral, like the millions mark. Can you tell us what that experience was like, and like what has it done for the band?
Oh, everything. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it also does, which is really aggravating. So I have a very corporate 9 to 5. I work in
Yeah.
social media for a very corporate brand, and I have done that for 8 years now, going on 9. And so I know what I'm doing. I know the socials, I know the things, I'm in the algorithms, I do the strategies and stuff like that. And so we had been religiously posting on TikTok 3 to 8 times a day, every day
Jeez.
for 8 months or so, getting 200 views. I mean, we were like posting a ton, and we had a couple people, both named Zach, that were super fans that were there at the beginning. It's funny because their names are both Zach. They're both very different people, and we got to meet them recently at a show in Wisconsin, which was hilarious. They don't know each
Exciting.
other. They met for the
Well,
first
yeah,
time.
they do now.
Worlds collide. But I mean, it just felt like yelling into the void. And so we had been doing that for so long. It was such an autopilot, and it was getting exhausting to be doing that and not seeing a return. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was a lot. And so when we finally got some traction on TikTok was actually when we were in LA with Kevin tracking One More Night. I posted a One More Night TikTok, and something about the VPN being different, something about being in LA. LA loves One More Night. We had a TikTok in the studio, our first one. I was like, holy shit, guys. Like, I posted it, set my phone down, didn't think about it because it usually just makes me sad to check it. And I checked it. Like, I was like, you guys, I think this TikTok's gonna hit 10K. Like, we're finally gonna get a K. Like, this is gonna be insane. And it kept going, it kept going, it kept going. Went to bed, it was at 70K, woke up, it was at 100, and it would end up plateauing there. That wasn't even the viral one. But to have that song get traction on TikTok while we were in the studio recording it was the most validating thing on earth, because we had just, are we having fun yet? We had just kind of decided as a band, and I tell this story a lot, but it was so true. I mean, we were like at bottom. We were having problems with our relationships with each other. Being in a band is hard, being friends is hard, being married is hard, being human is difficult. So we were very strained as a group, and we were struggling to get momentum. We had spent so much money and so much time, and it was starting to take away from things like work and family and friendships. And so before the session in LA, before the first TikTok got traction, we sort of sat down with each other and had a conversation, and we had already put the non-refundable deposits down on our sessions in LA and Nashville for the next 5 songs. So we were doing it no matter what, unless we wanted to throw away money. And we knew we would have fun. We always have fun doing it, but we were just in such a bad spot, I think, with each other. And for me, just mentally and, inspiration wise, emotionally, all that stuff. And so we looked at each other while we were demoing out songs for these 2 sessions. And I said, you know what, guys, how about this? I was like, if none of these next 5 songs move the needle for us in a meaningful way, let's just pump the brakes. So our last session is mid-December. If those songs come out early 2024 and nothing happens, we'll just we won't be done necessarily, but like we're gonna pump the brakes. We're not gonna spend a ton of money. We won't travel. It'll
Yeah.
just be fun. Like we're just gonna do the thing and we're not gonna take it so seriously. So I mean, for lack of a better term, like what I was saying was I'm fucking done. If like the next 5 songs don't move the needle at all in any way, like I can't do it. It is too much, too much, too much. And then lo and behold, the next song we release goes viral. And so that's kind of what we took as our sign to keep going. And we, I mean, God didn't need it because we were about to stop and give up after those next 2 sessions. And so it really is because of that that we kind of had the motivation to keep going. I don't know if it hadn't, if we would have actually stuck to our word and kind of pumped the brakes after those 2 sessions. I feel like maybe we would have given up. I know us better than that, but we really were not in a great spot. And then that
Yeah.
sort of revitalized everything, kind of gave us new life, breathed new life into our mission and our cause, and just inspired us so much. Every single comment, every single DM, every single message. I mean, I read them all, we respond to them all. And I couldn't have picked a more personal song to have gone viral. Like I really couldn't have even like I would have never thought. I could not believe it was that song. We all thought it would be Are We Having Fun Yet? If it were any. Like we did not think it would be One More Night. I mean, we had posted it so many times. And so, you know, after that, we went from maybe having like 3 listeners at a time on Spotify being a lot to like we were in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 100 people listening at the same time, like just watching the numbers tick up. We reached 6 digits on that song in like 2 weeks, which was insane. We hadn't even had a song break 10K, not even close till that. And we went from like 150 monthly listeners to 60,000. And we went from having to beg our friends and family to come to shows to having a line out the door and selling out a small room in Chicago and people flying out from Colorado because they heard our song on TikTok. And so it was like, I mean, it was night and day. The TikTok went viral after Thanksgiving. We had a show the first week of December. So it was like, it was fast. And you hear stories, you know, about, oh, you know, people on TikTok talk a big game and they're not actually going to come to your shows. They won't buy tickets. They won't buy merch. I don't know, not definitely maybe fans on TikTok. They all showed the fuck up. It was mind blowing. So it has really changed everything, and it's kind of it feels like a level up, which feels really, really great.
It's crazy. I mean, that it's wild how that can just change just like that. And and also on the other side though, it's so discouraging to be sitting in that like 200 club, you know, just constantly 200. And then like you'll get one that hits like 400 or 500 and you're like, that's it. Here we go. Here we go. It's going up, baby. It's going up. And then it goes back to 200 and you're like, well, fuck this. Fuck me, right?
Yeah.
And to inspire other people too. Like we were posting One More Night for 5 months before it went viral.
Yeah, we'd been performing and posting it since July. It didn't come out until November.
Yeah, it's probably the song that we've sat with the longest before we actually finished it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've not really been a band for that long, and like for the most part, we write a song and get it produced within a few months. Like that's been how it's gone, you know. I mean, we have some songs that we've written that haven't gotten produced, but other than that, like
And
yeah, I mean,
they probably won't.
and they
Yeah,
probably
that's
won't.
a lot of songs. We write a lot of songs, but not a lot of them make it.
Yeah,
Make it
Yeah.
through.
typically, you know, it's not that long before we get one produced, you know. And this one, yeah, I mean, we'd even played it live a few times.
It had to be right.
Yeah,
It had to be the right person. Kevin was the right person. I don't know how we knew. We go by gut instinct a lot. And like I said, we've had some wild luck with timing. And so it just seemed to all come together at the right time with the right song, the right person, all of it.
Well, there's luck too, but there's also like, I really think, you know, when I have, I don't know, I've had some opportunities to talk to some other people in the industry about the whole TikTok thing, you know, and like why people talk a big game and don't end up showing up like that. And like, I think it's one thing for things to be trendy and sound cool and everybody, you know, hop on board just because of that, you know. But that makes sense because it's just falling into the attention span thing of like what's flashiest right now. But like what we saw from the comments and the engagement on these recent songs is like it's way more than that. Like the people that were able to come across this stuff like really connected with the message of it, which is way more than just like, oh, it's the flashy, cool, fun thing that I can put on all my videos in the background kind of thing. Like, you know, some of the comments have just been insane, you know, and like I said, it means even more for Court, I think, than for me. It's her story, but you know, just people being able to relate to it and finding courage in you know, in new ways just from other people feeling the same thing, or like people saying like, wow, I never would have thought to explain it that way. I'm showing this to my therapist so they can understand how I'm feeling.
That's
You know,
the
things like
best.
that. Like
That's my
That's
favorite.
fucking awesome.
That is
Yeah,
amazing.
and like that kind of connection to a song doesn't go away. So we're pretty lucky, and like it's been really cool to meet some of these people in person because yeah, like Court said, like pre-viral video, we had one fan one time come to a show. His name is
DJ.
DJ, and he is awesome. And he
He's
came to
part of
our
the group
show.
now.
He came to our show almost, I mean, it was like 9 months ago now, the Cobra Lounge show. And
Enough time for human
and he
life.
was singing along to the words, and so all of us were like, wait, so how do we know you? Because at that point, the only
Yeah.
people knew.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't know me. I've never met you before. I drove in from the suburbs and I'm super excited to see you guys. And like he showed up to like every show that we did after that. And he was the one anonymous fan that quickly became non-anonymous. We kind of brought him into the fold. He's met like, I mean, he's probably met your family by now, but you know, it's just funny how that's all worked out. Like now we're meeting, I mean, you know, 2 or 3 shows ago, we had an insane merch line full of people with stories and all that stuff, and it's just been crazy, you know.
Yeah, pretty nuts. We got to I got to meet this young girl that was probably between 10 and 12, and she had found us on TikTok, and it was her first concert, and she was there for all,
Wow.
and I just could not. I was like, this is not real.
This
It
is
was
not happening.
That was so sweet
was
too. Her
so
parents
cute.
were there. They bought merch from us. That like she was getting emotional talking to Courtney, but she held it together, and it was so cool because like the photographer happened to catch a shot of her in the crowd too, and so she was able to connect with the
What?
parents and say, yeah, Carrie talked
I haven't
with
seen that pic.
the parents. It was during the band after our set, but she got the picture of that young girl in the audience and talked with the parents and said, hey, I really want to get this to you. She showed it to him, and so she gave them her card and
Her first
everything. Like it's
show.
just this crazy awesome like things. Like it's like
So
super amazing to be a part of,
Yeah.
you know.
That's fucking amazing. I love that for you guys.
That's just a great story in general. Like I love like just that experience in general. Like just having like I remember my first concert, and I would if I would have been able to meet like the band, would have lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have lost it if I had met the first concert I had ever went to as well, because it was New Kids on the Block. So
Oh my God.
wild. Be like, no way.
Wow.
I'm old though, so
I mean, I know some new kids. I know some new kids. They probably don't.
Pat, you were excited about this question, so I'll let you ask it.
okay, cool. So, like, just let me be a dad and just let it happen. Okay, it's okay.
Yep. I'm down.
having fun. I'm having fun. We're all having fun. Okay, so I want to know, like, where did the band name come from? So first off, was it named after the 2000 smash rom-com hit after the same name, featuring the star-studded cast of Ryan Reynolds, Rachel Weisz, Isla Fisher, Elizabeth Banks, and Abigail Breslin? Was it named after that?
Abigail Breslin.
I didn't know Elizabeth Banks was in that.
We
haven't-
haven't seen it.
If that doesn't answer the
So
question.
no, we've never seen it.
You should. Yeah, I mean, you should smash
Probably not.
rom-com hit.
You gotta wait.
Yeah.
It has to be the right time now. That people know who. I feel like, yeah. I don't know.
We'll find
So
it.
where did the band name come from then?
But your second guess would probably be the Oasis album, which is also
That could be it too. Yeah.
that album is celebrating 30 years this year,
Which is more lucky timing.
which is hilarious because a lot of people are searching it on TikTok.
But
We are named after a song that came out in 2003, called Definitely Maybe by a band FM Static, which was
Oh.
not as popular as their main group, which was Thousand Foot Crutch, which
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
they had a pop punk side project, and his voice was like the soundtrack of my youth. It was very so I don't, not so much Ian necessarily, but a little bit Ian, but we grew up in a super conservative Christian household, different households obviously, but a lot of that Christian pop punk, Hawk Nelson, Reliant K, Flyleaf, all the Christian
Old
emo.
MXPX.
Yeah, I mean everything. Thousand Foot Crutch, Skillet,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So that's kind of what I grew up on and what got me into the genre. And if you haven't heard the song Definitely Maybe by FM Static, fucking slapper. It's so good and it never gets old. It's so good.
it's an absolute classic from that era. Like it really kind of epitomizes like that genre
So good.
perfectly.
It's so cool.
I'll have to check it out because I mean I know of FM Static. I've heard of FM Static, but I couldn't tell you a song by them other than Definitely Maybe Now.
Probably
Yeah.
know the song Tonight. They had a couple that got big, but they have like a slower. Oh, that song gets me every time. They're so good.
Yeah, if you're like
so
if you're
good.
like a Reliant K or Bowling for Soup fan or something like that, it's
Mhm.
instantly gonna be like, oh yeah, this is it.
Yeah, but we actually I reached out to the front man of both those bands. His name's Trevor, and I DM'd him on Instagram. That's kind of my thing. We are Definitely Maybe, which is DM, and we slide in those DMs for sure. That's how we've gotten a lot of opportunities, and
Including getting to work with Matt Squire.
yeah, I slid into Trevor's DMs and I said, "Hey, I am a huge fan. We love your song. We started a band. I would love to name it after Definitely Maybe." And he did not see it for months. I think it was, I'm not joking, I think it was 6 months. Like it was a
Okay.
long time.
He
And then
responded in like April,
the
and
the day before our first song was set to come out, he responds and says, "Oh my gosh, of course, it would be an honor." And I was like, "Good, because it's already about to release and
it's coming.
I screenshotted it. I was gonna hang it on my wall. I was like, "We got the like him, like this is him, like he was the soundtrack of my youth." We got his permission to use it.
Make a
so-
poster out of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's already tattooed on my heart, but maybe we can level that up.
Maybe you gotta tattoo it on your arm now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
what's been even better than that too is the conversation didn't end there.
Yeah, he's such a cool guy. So when we went viral, I sent him a link to the song because I mean we must have messaged him 2 years ago now, and I said, "Hey,
Mhm.
just so you know, we're still a band and we're still rocking the name. And if you look in the comment section, people remember FM Static. I mean, that song came out in 2003. I was 8
Yeah.
years old. And so people in the comments will say, "No way, this is the FM Static song reference." And I'm like, "Yes, way it is." And so I sent it to him. He was so pumped that he made a TikTok. Like he didn't have a TikTok yet. He made a TikTok. Now he likes all of our TikToks, comments, he's posting, and he's getting some traction for some new stuff that he's working on that I have zero details about, but I can't wait. And so it was just cool that like we literally named our band after this guy, and he was like inspired by us to create his TikTok and get back into the whole scene.
That's awesome.
Pretty
Love that. That's definitely epic.
You seemed very excited about the movie reference, but I hope that our answer is
No, it's okay.
That's
I
awesome.
literally like I forgot that like I was Googling and looking up stuff, and then it normally like me and Gibby when we're looking up we'll put band at the end, but then I forgot to do that, and the first thing that popped up was the movie, and I was like, I'm
Huh.
just gonna be that guy because why not?
Yeah.
And is that, I think he said like the movie is punctuated the same way too, right?
Yeah, same way. Yeah, definitely, comma maybe.
Oh, we don't have a comma.
Oh well, there. Never mind then.
now we know though for when we need to find.
I think the
Yeah.
Oasis album also has a comma,
Yeah.
and the song
Yeah.
by Static does not have a comma.
Oh, there. Well, there you go.
But it's pretty funny too, because for the longest, like when we wrote our first song, we were in a spot where like we didn't know that would happen at all ever.
We didn't
And
have a
so,
band yet.
Yeah,
We didn't
there
have a
was no
name.
band. We just like we've known each other for years now, and we played in church band and stuff, and had attempted a few different times to make music, and finally we finished a song, and so at that point we were just like, well, let's get it produced and go all out just in case it never happens again. At least we've got this thing, and so Court reached out to a bunch of people, and the guy that responded, Landon Conrath, who is an amazing musician in and of himself. He's out of Minneapolis, actually.
Okay.
Minnesota.
Not far. And
Minnesota.
He agreed to produce, and we went out and worked with him and stuff. But all this time we're like, well, okay, I guess if we're putting out a song, we gotta have a band name. It was taking forever to come up with one. And
Just
then,
makes it too official. I'm like, then is it a thing? Like, then do we have to have an Instagram? Do we got to do a TikTok? Do we have to like make a logo? It's like there are so many things. You can't just name it and then release it. Like you need.
Yeah, no, like there's
but there's a lot of pressure to come up with a good one because I mean, we've all like, I don't know, been to a bunch of house shows and stuff where all of the band names are just some iteration of like so and so and the whatevers, and like, it doesn't. We needed
Courtney and the
something-
boys.
Right. Yeah. We needed something that was like, cool and like we wouldn't feel embarrassed about and all that stuff. And like,
So we were named something else right before the song came out. We were called Little Victories, and we changed it at the last second. Maybe we did change it with Trevor's permission. I don't know. I feel like we uploaded the song.
That's what he's getting to.
No, yeah. So what sort of cemented it for us was that after we got our first song, Wham, Working on Myself, produced with Landon, like a month later, Landon came to Chicago to put on a show, and that show has actually kind of become cemented in his mind for other reasons. But
poor little buddy, he quit music after that show for a couple days.
That was rough, and he's doing so much better now. I mean, he performed great, but like it was us and like two other people in the audience.
No one was there. There was a packed house for the opener, and then everyone left, and Landon was so confused, and he was like, I just, Chicago's my biggest city on Spotify. Like, where the fuck was everyone?
Yeah. But
something good came out of it.
Yeah, he just randomly, one of the songs in the middle of his set, he's like, I don't know if anyone here is going to know this, but
here's our cover.
Yeah. And he played Definitely Maybe. And so we're like, all right, if like a crazy circumstance that like our producer knows the song that we were thinking of naming our band after, that's got to be it. So that's sort of locked everything in.
Well, and it's like a big moment to announce your cover in a set, and you expect the crowd to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like when we announce that we're playing the anthem by Good Charlotte, like people just go fucking ape shit because they know that song and they can sing along. And Landon gets up there and he's like, did anyone listen to FM Static? And just the room was dead silent. And I was
fucking like, crickets.
Screaming, and he was like, the one person I know here like knows the song.
And I had heard the song like twice by then because we were thinking of maybe naming this, after it. So I was just going, no way. Are you kidding me?
He crushed that shit.
Yeah.
But it was pretty nuts. So many weird coincidences have fallen into us as a thing.
Yeah.
It just seems like it was just meant to be at this point.
God, I hope so.
I don't know. We'll check in 5 years and we'll see. But
whoa, I don't want to think about that.
All right, we're already booking the next episode 5 years from now.
5 years, okay, got it.
Oh boy,
Google Calendar it.
Hey.
So we have one more question before we go on to a quick break. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that now that you wish you knew when you were first starting like this whole journey, what would it be?
Oh, if I can do it, you sure as hell can do it. And so if there's something you want to do, you better just fucking do it. Especially if it's something you'll regret not trying. I used to wonder a lot, is it better to never try and never know, or to try even if you fail? Because then at least you know. I still wrestle with that sometimes. But I mean, God, you fake it till you make it, and you do the thing if you want to do it, and don't wait. Just do it.
The answer to that question is try. Always try.
Yes, I am learning that.
Yeah, well, and some practical advice just in the sort of niche creative thing that is being a band. That would be my number one piece of advice, first of all. But you know, to answer, to give another perspective, like what I didn't know going into this was that the hardest part of being in a band is learning to work with other people. It's a big group project. It really is. And like,
Yeah.
so like, don't, I mean, you just have to know how to be a team player with everything that you do, you know, like we learned out, like after months what our roles were in this. You know, there was a lot of trial and error, and finally we kind of figured out the formula, and that started a ball rolling down the hill.
I don't know if we figured it.
We're still, I mean, we're still definitely like tweaking and workshopping and stuff.
And
all the
number
time,
3,
but
get a therapist.
oh yeah,
Go to therapy. You
Go
don't think
therapy.
you need it, you don't think you need it, you definitely need it. You think you need it, you for sure need it.
that applies to everything.
Get a therapist.
Just get a therapist.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a
I
band,
mean, what's that?
whether you're in a band or not, just get a therapist.
Yeah. I mean, like it, especially the day and age we're in now,
Mm-hmm.
when like anxiety, depression, and all that sort of stuff is at an all-time high. Like it's good to talk to somebody, and not only that, but like, you know, this isn't like some like you know, just a script read from like BetterHelp or nothing, but you know, you can't always just talk to like your girlfriend, your partner, your best friend. You need a legitimate outside perspective, and
God, yeah.
because you're not going to get that from your friends and family typically. I mean, yeah, you could have that best friend that's going to fucking tell it to you straight no matter what.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's same thing as getting a producer. Like your thoughts are not always the best. They're not always the right thought and the right thought process. So it's okay to seek help in there's nothing wrong. Like honestly, it's weird to say, but like having a therapist has never been fucking cooler. There's never been a cooler time to have a therapist than right now.
No, this
God.
is true.
Thank God.
Yes,
'Cause
true.
I don't know if there's ever been a time where more people need it more.
Yeah.
Hard thing is
So
like,
much shit.
Mhm.
yeah, and well, and the more that we get into like social media and all that kind of stuff, like I remember like you know, I was born in 94 and I know a world pre-internet, but watching my sister grow up, she didn't really. She was born in 2002 and
Holy shit.
yeah, and you know, and I just remember like hopefully this is okay to share. I'm not going to go into the specifics, Sarah, so don't worry if you hear this. But I remember that like in high school, she had a hard time with her friends because people would sort of just like change plans because somebody over here was doing something cooler. And like
Yeah.
I never had friends that would do that. Like if you were sort of ride or die, like when you grow up together and like you're the people that you're, you know, like it just like
Consider yourself lucky. I don't know if that has anything to do with
maybe I'm even lucky for my own time, but I just, you know, I just feel like that's getting sort of less and less as people get more disconnected and more
Yeah.
just connected. Like you need
It's
to talk to, you know,
it's
like,
true. And
it's natural. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking to my friends anyway, and you know, they can do so much, but everybody needs it. Like it's a need. It's not anything that should be stigmatized in any way.
yeah, I mean, realistically, I have 2 kids, and it is such a weird time. It's so weird, like for especially for me. Obviously, every generation, like you know, the curmudgeon day, like the older people are curmudgeons and stuff. But it's not even like it's weird um because of our technology, because of social media, we've never been more connected and disconnected at the exact same time. Like I my kids, I never they so rarely spend time with people. They're like my son, the most I see him spend time with people is now he's got like a group chat. You know, was it the Minecraft
Yes,
pros,
video games. Same with my little
like,
brother.
or his Fortnite pros, and
Yes.
he's got like those, and they play and they talk and stuff, but like they don't see each other. They talk, and it's, I mean, it's awesome because you can make a friend from all around the world and play a video game with them. But at the same time, they're not getting that like physical connection, not nearly as much as the generations before them. And I don't know, it's wild. Things is wild.
How old are your kids?
11 and 14.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Oh man.
That's tough.
Mm.
It's tough too because known it.
And on that little bit of sadness.
Is the 11-year-old you say a son and daughter? Did I
Yeah.
make that up?
I didn't. You made it up, but it's accurate.
I just knew. The daughter's 14 or the daughter's 11?
She's the older one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well.
Yeah. And like I said, on that sadness,
You got
we're going. Yeah, thanks. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next segment.
What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're gonna save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned Pop Punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man.
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around, through those. And you know what? If the sponsors were too much for you, fuck you, dude. For real. No, I'm just kidding. Sponsorships is, good things. They good things. They keep this show running. Just like Gibby. I couldn't do this without him and his sweet cat magic. But you missed that part, so that's from a part that's getting cut out because I was chatting in the middle. I'm sorry you missed it. I'm sorry, but it's now time for the food for thought segment, which is everybody's favorite because everybody loves talking about food because food's delicious and nutritious, and everybody can relate to food. So, first question I got for you. We have to do this every time. So many fucking bands are from Chicago, right? And so we have asked this question many times. But we got to ask the age-old question. Ketchup on a hot dog. Yes or no?
If I'm doing a Chicago dog, no. If it's just
you're not supposed to put
hot
ketchup
dog,
on a Chicago dog.
Yeah, but if it's a plain ass hot dog, then yeah, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Raw dog that shit?
Well, mustard is from what I understand is the correct answer.
I mean,
No ketchup on a brat. No ketchup on a brat.
Yeah.
barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce on a brat?
Yeah, dude.
That sounds great.
Only if there's onions and a lot
Sure.
of them.
Oh, I'd fuck with that.
We're breaking all the rules.
Absolutely, like mustard on a brat. But
Look,
yeah, I'm with her.
With food, there's no rules, right?
No,
You do what
Apparently
you
there
want.
is.
Whatever you're
Apparently
in
there
Chicago, I have been told ketchup on a hot dog is nay.
Don't fuck with a Chicago dog, but if it's, in my opinion, if it's not a Chicago dog, if you're just getting a hot dog and there is no other element of a Chicago dog, you can put ketchup on it.
Yeah.
People may disagree.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, same.
I only learned about that like from Action Adventure. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Nice.
But boy,
Well done.
did he
was
got
passionate.
Very
I
passionate.
wasn't I was just at this is like my 4th or 5th episode being a co-host now. But I was a listener and just part of the team, and I like never heard someone so passionate about no ketchup on a hot dog.
It sounded like he'd fuck you up, man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I felt it. Like, I'll fuck you up. You do that?
You're dead.
I was
pre-
like,
be
yes,
prepared.
sir. Throw all my ketchup away. Gotcha.
You not speak for all Chicagoans.
Midwestern hospitality has a line.
Yeah.
And y'all cross it with that question.
It's fair. That's fair. But like I said, every I feel like that's our number one when it comes to like Chicago bands. It's like, yeah, I can ask you about Giordano's. I can ask you about fucking pizza, right? There's nothing more pop punk than pizza, but there's nothing more fucking divisive in Chicago than ketchup on a hot dog.
Here's the thing, though. The real thing that I think every Chicagoan can stand by, though, is that it's got to be 100% beef. That's Chicagoan stance. That's the Chicago dog. One of the
I
main
don't know if you get to
requirements.
say that because you're not from here.
You don't get to say that.
Oh,
There's a lot of ingredients in a
Isn't
Chicago
a true
dog.
hot dog pork?
It's got
The
there-
Vienna.
Yeah, typically a hot dog is pork.
A true Chicago dog is 100% beef, and I feel
Okay.
like in Chicago, 100% beef dog all the way, whether you're putting ketchup or all the other toppings on it. Like
Is
that
anything
I would say.
100% anything these days?
Well, I'll trust them.
Take their word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you can trust saying 100% beef in a hot dog, but
It makes
If they're in Chicago, they better not be lying about that 100%.
They better not be
They'll
lying if
find
they know
them.
what's good
We'll
for 'em.
find them.
They're gonna get fucked up if we find
fuck you
out.
up, bud.
What
Get
is
'em.
your go-to party time snack?
Oh my god, I love snacks.
Right.
Party time snack. Is this like party or like
Like if you're fucking part. So when I was thinking of this, right, I was thinking of the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin when the lady's like, I want some fucking French toast. Like, what's your party time snack?
party time snack? We love egg rolls. We'll get the frozen egg rolls from Trader Joe's and cook those up at like 2 in the morning. Which is a weird thing to say. I also love anything flamin' hot. I'm like a big chip girly. Flamin' hot Cheetos.
I'm going chips and salsa all day. I could eat that for a meal.
He's a basic bitch.
I'm an ice cream
Chips.
guy.
I mean, chips and salsa is good. I mean, I typically wouldn't choose it unless I was at a Mexican restaurant, but it's delicious. And if I am at a Mexican restaurant, I'm gonna eat all of that.
Oh yeah.
And then my meal.
More.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sawyer's a sweets guy.
Yeah, I like ice cream. That's like my go-to for sure.
What kind of ice cream though?
I'm pretty plain, honestly. Like vanilla hits every time.
Ugh.
Cookie
But
dough.
yeah, cookie dough is usually my go-to. Cookie dough.
That'll
For
do it.
Christmas, I bought my partner there's like that little cute brand Dash that makes like the small little like waffle makers and everything. They
Oh.
made ice cream makers.
Yep.
And it's like a cute little mug like this big. You put it in the freezer for 24 hours and then you pull it out. It has like a little mixer in it, a little churner, so you just put whatever ingredients you want in it, and then it's just a mug of ice cream for you to eat.
That's
That's
so
amazing.
sick.
Oh my god.
You gotta like know what you want in 24 hours though.
Yeah,
Like,
that
you gotta be
Well, we
set on
just
that.
leave it in. We just leave, like I had to buy two because she's the kind of person if I'm not having it, she doesn't want it. So I had to
Okay.
get two so I could get my own ice cream also.
Yeah,
The
I
gift
feel
that
that.
keeps giving,
Mm.
There we go.
So
That's
like
fair.
we just leave them both in the freezer all the time, and then whenever we want something, we'll just pull it out. Be like, all right, what are we making? Boom, boom, boom.
Mm.
Well, you know what was a bit of a life changer for me was realizing that Nestle Toll House, you can buy that cookie dough in like a tub.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
full, like, mix that in with the ice cream.
We are
and
not-
just
We are
eat
not
it.
advocating for the consumption of raw eggs. Please be careful.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
I'm like, that's you're not supposed to do it that way,
I'm out.
but fuck it.
Disclaimer.
I'm just saying, I've not baked cookies in
At
a
your own
very
risk.
long time,
I've never been sick.
but I have gone through a whole lot of cookie dough.
You can tell I work for a very corporate company that serves food. This is like alarm bells are ringing.
You're
That's
like,
fair. That's fair.
stop this episode. This podcast is done. I need to
It's
call
over.
people.
Shut it down.
Leave it out.
If Julian were here, he'd tell you that he gave up chocolate for Lent, but he and I will definitely happily go back to consuming raw cookie dough after.
I wonder if he'll make it.
You will.
Wonder if he'll
He
make
will.
it.
He's got a lot of resolve.
What did he buy? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Except
Okay.
oh,
Next
downfall.
food
Yeah.
for thought question here. I want you to think about this, and I want you all to create your own like mega thing here. So, if you're gonna go on a punk rock picnic, what are you packing for a punk rock picnic?
Oreos and peanut butter, but it has to be the
Mm.
Halloween ones that are orange in the middle.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Halloween orange. Definitely flaming hot because we ain't no wimps.
Lemon hot Oreo.
Right.
Flaming hot, anything. Hot Cheetos.
Oh,
You know what? So I just want to throw this out there. If you're a flaming hot person, have you ever tried the flaming hot, like the Ruffles with some top the tater?
What?
Oh, game changer.
what is the second thing that you mentioned?
Top the tater?
What's that? Is that a Minnesota thing?
I think it's a Midwest thing, so you guys should have it.
I honestly, I don't know what it is either.
Google it.
Learn us right now.
It's just it's like a kind of like French onion dip.
Okay.
The
But it's-
Midwest legendary dip.
Man.
Legendary.
There's a website right now that I just pulled up.
Yeah. Midwest legendary dip.
Oh my god.
Oh, it just looks like just something you buy from a store.
Yeah, it is.
You know
just
what?
get it at Walmart.
You mean he didn't
I'm
just
looking
make it
at
up?
where to buy. It's not in Illinois.
Oh, really? Well, I
It's
guess
like
I'll have
Wisconsin,
to send y'all some.
Iowa,
Yes, please.
Oh my
Minnesota.
God, that sounds so good.
It's a game changer. Like, I kid you not. It
That
is. I
yeah.
will eat the whole bag
Oh,
in a
Dude.
sitting.
Flamin' Hot Ruffles are so
They're
good.
so good.
Woo.
Yep.
But I don't think we can have a good pop punk picnic without some bomb ass fried chicken.
some what?
Fried chicken.
What?
Dude,
I could take it or leave it.
all day. It's the best food on the planet.
What do you think?
Like a small cheval burger, just a fat, juicy burger.
Oh
for sure.
yeah.
Nah, I'm
That-
too
that's
I'm
coming.
too
That's
particular about
coming with-
burgers.
You gotta have some French fries.
Yeah.
I want some Detroit style pizza. My life changed when we played in Detroit and I had Detroit style pizza. It is. Oh wow, we are gonna get canceled out of Chicago.
No, it's okay. Listen. Hear me out. Okay. Gibby, you can Google this if you need to as well. But this is not a Minnesota thing because it's not even from Minnesota. Okay. I'm telling you right now, the best frozen pizza ever, period. You can comment in the below. You can do whatever you want. You're going to be wrong if you don't agree. That's it. The best frozen pizza ever is called Motor City Pizza Company.
Yeah.
We know. We know.
Number fucking one.
Moscow, baby.
Number one.
Oh,
It's honestly, yeah, it's so fucking.
that is a staple in this household.
And it cooks pretty damn fast too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it tastes like if you get the Supreme one, it's got the peppers and stuff. It tastes like it's fresh, like a pizza place made this and brought it to your house.
Absolutely it
It's
does.
so
I-
good.
Like DiGiorno will try and lay claim that it's not
Fuck
delivery, it's
a
DiGiorno.
DiGiorno.
Fuck you, it's not delivery because it's shit. Motor
I'll take
City?
Jack's over DiGiorno
Yeah.
any day.
Ooh, that's different. That's
Yo,
different league.
Yeah, I have one rule in life. I have a Motor City pizza in the freezer at all times.
All time.
Respect.
Yeah.
It's after I had it was literally a life-changing moment when I had that. I was like, there's no better pizza that I could have in my freezer.
There isn't.
It's like there are a lot of places in town that I could like go to that's like a local place and be like, I don't know. I don't know if you can keep up with the Motor City.
I
This is
know.
true.
100%.
Damn.
Yeah.
Completely
There are,
agree.
I mean, there are some that are real good, but
Yeah.
some that aren't.
Too, but
Yeah,
100%.
that's funny. He
100%.
knew I was
I
making
knew it.
way, but he knew
Yeah.
he knew what you were gonna say.
I'm proud. I'm proud.
I
I'm
saw
so
the
happy.
hand raise. I was like, okay, he might know what we're talking. He might know this one.
Felt it.
Do it.
You guys got it.
You're among family.
I appreciate it. I'm glad. Because when you're, your family, your home or whatever they say.
Olive Garden when you're here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Detroit style. I am here for any kind of pizza. New York style.
Yeah, I mean, if it's pizza, it's good.
It's family.
I mean, I'm gonna eat.
That's fair.
I'm gonna eat pizza for sure. Like if you put it in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
But we didn't bring it to our picnic, so.
But best bar none, like if you could only live with one kind of pizza for the rest of your life, Detroit style.
Well, Motor City
Yeah.
for show.
Yeah.
For show.
Easy.
Yeah.
All day.
I'm gonna get this clipped out and just email it to them. Just be like, hey,
Oh my god.
Yes.
You guys want to sponsor this episode?
Hey, green rooms don't usually have freezers, or ovens, I guess.
That should
Gonna
be on
say,
our rider.
Put that on our rider, but
Yeah, there you go.
well, we just take it home.
Yeah.
We just take it home.
No.
hey, some
Yeah,
venues have
we'll
kitchens.
just it'll be just put it there frozen. It's fine. We'll bring it home. We'll eat it later. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Don't
It
worry-
doesn't
don't
need
worry
to
about
be
it.
cooked. If it's cooked, that's great. We'll eat it. If it's not, keep it fucking frozen. I still asked for it. All right.
We just need an oven in our trailer or something.
Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah,
figure it
we'll
out.
I got this. All right, Gibby, hit him with one more.
Ooh, okay. Let's go with this one. So, everywhere, everyone has a meal now. There's like the Cardi B's. There's what is this new one? The Kremlin, I think it was Kremlins.
Yeah, where you got like the fancy nuggie.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
was
was
that
tight.
Kerwin Frost McDonald's?
I-
one?
Kerwin
Yeah.
Frost, yeah.
They're-
It was
I
so
was like-
good because you got a nuggie buddy, and that's all I wanted.
What a guy, by the way. He's like one of the most creative people. Wild.
Yeah.
So, what would the definitely maybe meal be?
Ooh.
It doesn't have to be from McDonald's. It could be,
Yeah, you can pick
Anyway,
wherever
you know
you
what?
want.
Mm.
or if
Flamin'
you want
hot,
to.
flamin' hot crusted fried chicken with a side of mashed potatoes and gravy,
Mac and cheese.
mac and cheese,
Mac-
Two sides.
and gravy.
Two sides and an entree. That's all you need.
Didn't I do good?
Yeah.
You were looking at me like
Yeah, I thought-
flamin' hot, really? But
No,
I brought it
knew what was
home.
happening. I just knew it was happening.
Flamin' hot
Tasted it.
Ruffles crusted fried chicken side of mac and cheese.
Damn.
And some
Will be
extra-
flaming hot mac and cheese. You know they make that.
Yes, they do. We have it in our pantry,
Not-
right?
It's delicious.
Oh my god, it smells so good.
Makes my head sweat.
It's not
I
bad.
only tried the bacon one, which is okay.
Put that on a pizza. Ooh.
Oh yeah, because I love a good old mac and cheese pizza.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
damn. Next time you're in Chicago and you go to a show, there's a place called Demo's that's open till 2 a.m. and they have mac and cheese pizza. I am a dairy-free gal. They have vegan mac and cheese. Tastes the same. It is so good. It's the best mac and cheese pizza.
Well, and the one, is it the one in Wicker that has the beer in the shot?
I think they. Oh yeah, the Wicker one. Yeah,
Mhm.
beer in a shot and a slice for like $9.
$8, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Damn,
You can
That's a
have
deal.
more and eat it too.
damn, that's a fucking deal. Well, next time we're in Chicago, you'll have to bring us and show us these great places.
Demo's,
We'll have to
Demo's.
hang out, be friends.
In
Already
real
family.
life.
You know what's gonna happen.
It's
Let's
up
go.
for sure.
We're already family.
Yeah, because we're here and we're family. Olive Garden.
Breadsticks.
Oh, the best part of Olive Garden. All right, that's it for the food for thought segment. Now we're rolling right on into the rapid fire question segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
And I'll tell you right now, things can get a little dicey in here sometimes. Friendships could be broken.
Let's just not talk
So
about rules.
we'll have to see. No, see, you guys are okay. You'll be fine. It's a
Maybe.
family.
No problem.
Family.
It's a family.
It's a family. This is a family show.
Okay, bring it on.
Friendships get broken, not families.
All right. Monster Energy or Rockstar?
Monster.
Oh
This is a
God.
challenging one for Court.
Yeah,
But Monster for sure.
I am contractually obligated to say Rockstar. I work for Pepsi and Pepsi owns Rockstar, but I am a fanatic of the white sugar-free Monster or
Okay.
the peach. Okay, this is rapid fire. Hold on. Reel
No,
it in.
there is.
No,
I'll
it's
tell you
okay.
right now. We've been doing this show for a few fucking years now. There is nothing goddamn rapid about this section. I try to keep it on track. No one keeps it on track.
Off the
That's
rail.
okay. But part of the fun is the not rapidness of it. Okay, pop punk or emo?
Ooh.
Wow, if I had to pick,
You do.
emo. Emo.
Pop punk.
Yeah, pop punk.
All right. This one will be very easy for one of you at least. Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
Oh,
Johnny boy.
that's right. That might.
Oh,
There.
yeah, I can't. Sorry, Ian. T-Swiss for me all day, baby.
Dang, I don't know. I definitely listened to John Mayer more growing up. So probably John Mayer. If I had
Okay. Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Oh, come on. Baggy pants, but that's hard.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah, skinny jeans.
What, this is like a united front over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is things can get heated. I have seen arguments in this section, and it's hilarious.
That is all right. We don't need to bring that here.
Well, who knows?
All right.
The next question is
Disney Plus or Netflix?
Netflix.
Disney Plus.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm a spooky movie gal.
Damn. Yeah, probably Netflix.
All right. Well, this one will
Yeah.
probably be pretty
That was
easy.
easier
But
than John Mayer. That was so easy. Disney Plus. All this.
stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Deep dish.
Deep dish.
Oh, stuffed crust.
I mean, I agree. Stuffed crust. It's delicious. All right. Vans or Chucks?
Vans.
Vans.
Oh,
Easiest one so far.
fans.
I love this is kind of breaking all your brains. For each one of these is just tough.
You can see it just go.
We're passionate.
It's just like we're just melting. Yeah.
It's existential. We're like, oh my God.
I'm
How do
sorry.
I pick? If I pick, what if I pick wrong?
Literally, my feet are sweating. I'm like nervous about it.
What's good? This is all. Honestly, I did this so that you could all talk to your therapist about it later,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you could get
No more
real
rapid.
deep with it. What if I chose wrong?
Yeah. I take back.
The thing is, there's no wrong answer. Both answers are correct.
Except the Netflix Disney Plus.
Yeah, go away.
Both answers are correct.
Yeah.
They're correct. It's fine.
That's-
They're both great.
You're the host of the podcast.
You would ask 5.
All right, we got one more question. The All-American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American Rejects.
Yeah.
Probably all American Rejects.
Yeah. Although you're gonna go far, kid. That song changed my life.
Dude, I mean, the Offspring are so good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, hands down.
I
So
almost-
good.
Was that even the same? This is gonna date me. Was that the same era? I feel like Offspring
Yeah.
was early because All American Rejects. I feel like for our like
They were
2 years of
radio.
like that was like Gives You Hell was like
Well, all American Rejects definitely went more mainstream.
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But that
I
was
mean, yes and no. I mean, like, Pretty Fly for a White Guy was pretty pretty huge,
That's
pretty
true.
mainstream.
That's a good point.
I mean, and not only that, I mean, obviously the Offspring have been doing it since like the 90s and have had like dozens of hit songs, but like yeah, they were both doing it around the, the Offspring were still releasing records like last year. I think put out a new record. So like yeah, they're same time.
Yeah, Tyson Ritter's voice, just something about it.
Oh, they're great. So good. I just saw them live a couple months ago and
Oh,
Dude.
beautiful. So good.
oh man.
Yeah. But that's it, y'all. You did it. You finished the podcast. Now that's all that's left for you. All you got to do is let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Oh, I wish we could say. Well, new song March 1st. EP.
Hashtag big things coming.
Yeah, yeah. Which everyone always says. But new song March 1st, EP in April, album later this year. Shut up. We will hopefully be announcing some shows soon, out of state, which is super fun with some people that are super cool.
Hypothetically.
So don't miss the announcement for that, and to not miss it, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram. Definitely is a hard word to spell, so linktree/DM band will get you wherever you need to go. We have a website with merch. We post all of our show dates there, and yeah, new music and lots of shows coming up. So we can't wait to meet more people from TikTok and get these songs out. Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
We've been playing a couple of the new ones live, and they've been getting very good reception. So
Fuck yeah. I love that. That's awesome. Well, all of you, Courtney, Sawyer, Ian, thanks so much for hanging out with us. This was a blasty blast.
So
We loved
fun.
it. We loved having you. And
Yeah. Chicago soon. Let's
Yeah.
hang in real.
Yes, let's get some demos. Oh,
We need to. Yeah, we'll need some food on the table.
stomach's growling.
we'll have a food date, y'all. That'll be good.
Definitely maybe picnic with flaming hot Ruffles crusted.
Pepsi needs
Hell
to-
yeah. Well, like, yeah, thanks again for hanging out. It's been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? You know that because you've been here the whole time. And we will see y'all next Monday.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.